Okay guys, we're going to pick out our stuff for tomorrow. I've got all this to choose from, and as a fisherman, a man wish he could take everything that he owns on a trip. Usually we get to take we take 20 pounds of tackle, 40 pounds of tackle, and use 3 or 4 things. But I'll probably be using some Ned Rig. I got a guy that wants to go fishing with me tomorrow. I want to let him use a boat and go fishing. Got my buddy here with me, my other fishing partner.
I'm making my own channel.
Yeah, he's making his own channel too. Hey, what's your channel called, buddy?
Baileysville Bass Boy.
Baileysville Bass Boy, because this is my little fishing buddy. I'll have to attach a little video of it, how good he can cast on here. I've got a little clip that showing my little buddy casting. He's 7 years old. Good boy. But we're going to set up some rigs here. I'll show you how I set them up, and hopefully get on some hauls tomorrow. First off, bait. Okay, these are the colors I'll be using tomorrow for doing some drop shotting. I'm going to go over it here in the video too. We have KVD Magic color. We have the Quivering Minnow Magic color. Bass Pro. We have another KVD Morning Dawn. I also have the Quivering Minnow Morning Dawn, but tomorrow I'm just going to take this one pack. And we have the Green Weenie from Zoom. And I usually dip the tails, sometimes, depending on the water color. And if I'm not getting nothing on them, I'll go ahead and dip them, but the Spike It Garlic. Z-Man. We will be using these for our Ned Rig baits. We got your June Bug color. We got the Molten Crawl. And we have the Deal. And then we have the Turbo Crawls in the Deal color. We'll be using all these Ned Rig. Lake Fork Tackle. We got the June Bug color and the Sour Grape. We might even throw this on a Ned Rig. Gary Yamato. I have used these on a stand-up jig Ned Rig. This is not Gary Yamato. This is KLM Worms Dirty Motor Oil color. Awesome. And this is KLM's awesome stick bait. 3-inch stick bait. Very good baits. And of course the old trustworthy Sticko Bass Pro Morning Dawn. And I haven't tried this on a jig before, but this is a river bug. And then we might even do a little bit of tubing tomorrow. I know this is the power bait tube. I bought like random tubes for like 60 tubes for like $12 from a guy on eBay. So that's what that is. And this is one of my kids' toys. But those are the baits. We're going to be fishing terminal tackle. These are the weights I'll be using tomorrow. I'm going to try to I might have to fish a little deeper tomorrow. So this is the 1/4 ounce drop shot finesse weight Bass Pro XPS, and we have the 1/8 ounce. This is what I usually use. It's usually all you need, but I may try to go a little deeper next time, so tomorrow. And we'll be using the VMC Spin Shot 2/0. I don't think I'll put on the wide gap. I don't think I'll be putting them on tomorrow. I'll probably go with the more smaller finesse style bait, so see what that does. Okay, the drop shot isn't just a finesse type of style of fishing. Although the way you'll be retrieving it, it will be a finesse style. I'm going to show you my light tackle, and I might show you the advanced, or some people call it the Bubba drop shot, but I don't think I'm going to use that tomorrow, so I'll probably do that in another video. You use a heavier tackle and a heavier rod, and you'll be using the creature baits and stuff. So Now the drop shot is a rig that a lot of people have forgotten, but if you watch Bass Pro tournaments, not Bass Pro the company, but professional bass people bassing, the Elite Series and things like that, you'll see that when the bite's rough, they'll go to a drop shot a lot, and they'll find rocks and grass lines and things like that and fish the drop shot. Professionals like Aaron Martins is one of the renowned people for using the drop shot method. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how I rig up the lures. This is the quivering minnow. I'll be using it tomorrow, and I will also be using the Dream Shot right off the bat with Morning Dawn KVD. But I'll take this, and you'll just go maybe well, about that far, half an inch, quarter an inch, something like that, and I'll bring that right through. I'll bring that right through the nose. It'll come out right through the nose, and it'll be barely sticking out there, and that's how I set that up. Just a little exposed hook there, and with the exposed hook, you're not going to just jerk the snot out of it, because with using this light line, this is 6-pound test line that I'm using here on an ugly stick with a Daiwa light tackle reel. So now you don't want to jerk the snot out of it to set the hook. You just want to raise it up with a little bit of force, because you'll feel the bite. And because if you jerk this too hard, you are going to break your line, things like that. So I like to use copolymer line. I use copolymer line a lot on my finesse rigs. I like to use copolymer line with light action, medium light. Sometimes you can get away with using medium. That's fine if you're using light line. But and I love Daiwa ultralight reels. I just think they're so smooth. I love Daiwa products. But that is how that sets up, and you want to make sure you have no less than 12 inches hanging down here. So that's what she said. But you'll set this up. I put about probably 18 inches on there this time. So that'll set in the water, and maybe someday I'll show a demo. These VMC, you won't get line tangles, line twists, anything like that, and that'll just float in the water. It has these. Let's see if it'll focus in there. Can you focus? But you can see how it rigs up. It'll float freely in there, and this will just be floating as well. And hopefully, I'll set the other up like that with the KVD Morning Dawn, and I'll set that up and probably use it a little deeper with 1/4 ounce weight. So that is the setup for the drop shot tomorrow. Now, the reason you hook it through the nose like that, the reason I do, is because I think it gives the bait a more natural look in the water than just hooking it through all the way there. And the reason you have to decide whether you're going to use the 1/8 ounce or the 1/4 ounce is if it's windy and how deep you want to go. If it's windy, you're going to have to use a heavier weight to use a drop shot. So you're going to do that, and the distance, like I was talking about, the distance, you don't want to have no less than 12 inches, and that's going to vary really on how deep the fish are. It helps if you have some electronics, and I know a lot of us don't have electronics to find the fish, but I got a little portable fish finder that I use, but mainly use it for depth to see how deep, and for structures. You can find drop-offs and things like that, but you got to look for points and things like that to fish off of if you don't have electronics, And we'll go over points and things like that in another video. But when you're working the drop shot, when you cast, you're not going to want to just swing away with it to cast it out there. You want to make a nice soft lob cast out. Or, you can fish it straight down off the boat. It depends on how deep and how what you're doing, but you can cast it just like you would retrieve. You wouldn't retrieve it the same way, but you'd cast it just like you would a Texas rig or something. But you want to lob this so you don't sling your worm off, because, like I said, it's just right through the nose there. And when you work this with this rig back, what you want to do is you want to lift it up and then let it sit. And you might just shake it a little bit, because that action of that is going to, just from the water and your hands even, is just that's going to make that work, and it's going to attract the fish. It's a slow retrieval with this drop shot. So you got to remember that you can't be in a hurry. You can't. You got to be patient when you're drop shot fishing, because being patient, you're not going to cover a lot of water with this tactic of fish, this style of fishing with the drop shot. It's not something that you're going to be trying to cover a lot of water with. It's going to be slow. It's kind of like something you use once you find the fish, or where you might think the fish are, but it's not going to be something you're just going to try to cover lots of ground with. And the great thing about the drop shot is that it's so versatile. You can control your depth, and you can fish it from the bank. You can fish it from the boat. You can drop it straight down on structure if you're over top of it, or you can cast to the bank if you're in a boat. Cast toward the bank and slowly bring it in. But it's so versatile, and you get to control the depth. I don't know if I said that already, but you can control the depth of your bait. And sometimes that's important, especially in this time of the year that it is now, in December, late December, almost Christmas. By the way, Merry Christmas, everybody. And you're going to want to control the depth. Fish may be in certain areas of the water, so you got to be patient and take your time when using a drop shot. And like I was talking about the hook set, that exposed hook, you're not going to jerk jaws off with it. You just want to. You already have that exposed hook, so you just want to lightly set that hook, because it's exposed. It's gonna hook. That's really all I can tell you right now about the drop shot, without showing you in the aquarium the action of a drop shot and things like that, which I'll do that some other time, or showing me fishing it sometime. But I gotta wait until I get my action cameras in before I can do that. I'm doing all this recording right now on a tripod and an iPhone, so be patient with me. Give me a give me a little grace, because I don't have a lot of equipment to work with right now. But I'm going to show you now the Ned Rig settings I'll be using tomorrow too. Okay, so tomorrow I'm going to be using, I'm going to put these on tomorrow, and use the Turbo Crawls Z-Man. This Elastec is super durable, stretchy, and I'll use the 1/5 ounce. No, this is the 1/6 ounce weight for the Ned Rig. And what you want to do is you'll find how the distance, how far down you need to go by putting that on there, and you'll just mark that in your head or with your fingers or whatever, and then you will slide this on. And these are so bendy and stretchy. These Elastecs are the hardest ones to put on, I think, anyway, for these rigs. But then you'll just trying to do it and show you at the same time. But you got to work these up there to get them on the Elastec. But that's how it'll look. And in the water, it'll be bouncing. These things will be up in the air, floating. So I'm hoping that's a bass attractor there. And I'm using this on 25-pound test braided line with 15-pound test fluorocarbon leader, tied I tie that together with a uni knot, and that doesn't seem to have a problem with coming off. I like the uni knot; it does fine. So you may like some other knot to make a leader with, but if you don't know how to tie the uni knot, I will make a video showing that as well, so you can get a leader line. You don't, depending on the water, is how long leader you need to make, whether you need a leader or not. I like to use a leader fluorocarbon. You're not supposed to be able to see it underwater, so I like to use that. And I've got this set up on my heavier action reel, Ugly Stick GX2, with my this is my favorite type of spinning rod, the Mitchell 300 Pro. I love Mitchell reels when it comes to a heavier duty reel. This is a 7-foot pole, and you use a heavier line and stuff, you can get away with using the heavier equipment. And I'm going to throw this around a lot of structure, so I may have to get it unhooked and bring it through brush or things like that. And you need a strong line when you're doing stuff like that. You can't just, if you use light line doing stuff like that, then you're going to break off. Now I'll use a lighter setup. I still use braid, but I'll use a lighter setup with the same 15-pound leader though. A lot of people like to use a smaller test line on the Ned Rig. I think it gives it more natural look in the water. I haven't had a problem with it yet. I've caught nice fish on the heavier set tackle as well. And that goes same with the drop shot, with the advanced drop shot, or Bubba rig, some people call it. That heavier tackle, if you have this right setup and rod and reel, and you can even use that on the bait casting reel, and it seems to work great just as well, so that is how I'm going to use the Ned Rig and the drop shot tomorrow. I may throw some swim baits. I don't know. I just have to decide. I got that new tackle in. I'd just like to use it all if I could. But we will, if I can, I'll get a few videos if I catch anything tomorrow, and put them on tomorrow as part 2 of this video. So this is Clear Fork Bassin. I'm Jason, and I hope you enjoy the videos. I'm having a great time making them. I love sharing. Please like and subscribe and comment as well. Give me some tips, I can use all the help I can get. Okay, tomorrow I'll also be using this Booyah pigskin jig color. It's like a black and orange football head jig, and I'm going to be using the Bass Pro Shops trailer. This is the frog and a hot orange, something like that. I forget green frog and stuff, but I'll be using it as well tomorrow and rigging it up. Let me get up here to you. You'll just see how far you want that to come up. See where the hook's going to go through. Then you'll line it up.
Hey, Dad.
Put it through. Slide her up. And that is how she's going to roll tomorrow. Hopefully they'll be able to see that. I'll be throwing that jig on my Quantum KVD medium heavy action with 7:3 to 1 gear ratio. Because you want to, when you're pitching that jig, you want to try to get it back in as quick as you can. You're going to pitch it out there and then give it a few jerks and then bring it back in, trying to hit them spots. But I'll use, I got 30-pound test braid, and I will probably use the 15-pound leader. So that'll be the setup for that jig tomorrow. And don't forget to visit my webpage on Facebook, like it, Clear Fork Bass, and share. www.clearforkbassin.com, still under construction. Visit those things, take a look at some of the fish I've caught and things like that, and we'll see you next time.